Hello, sexual friends. No, hi. How's it going, guys? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you with a long-form podcast talk video. No, to heck with that. I have just been inspired to make a Pokemon-related video, and I know I do those every day, but this one is going to be about the manga. Someone asked before on a Facebook page that I'm on, like, what happens to Red after you beat him in Gold and Silver? Spoilers, by the way, for the games and the manga and whatever. And in Gold and Silver, when you beat, you have to be able to, in Johto, beat the Elite Four. You know, you get all 8 badges, you go and you beat the Elite Four, and then you go to Kanto, which is great. And the 2 ways to get back and forth, or 3 ways to get back and forth to Kanto. You could surf from New Bark City into, or New Bark Town, where you start off, into somewhere else, and you could walk there. You could take the train from Goldenrod City to Saffron City, or you could take the Olivine City. You could take the SS Anne or the SS Aqua from Olivine City to Vermilion. Now, outside of those ways to get there, which one way you need to surf, you need to waterfall, you need to walk, you need cut, you need a whole bunch of things. Outside of that, anyway, the reason you need to go to get there is you need to defeat the 8 gyms in Kanto. And then you can access Red. Red is at the top of Mount Silver. Again, for those of you that don't know, he's got an amazing team. He's got the 3 starters, all evolved. He's got Pikachu, he's got Snorlax, and then he's got Espeon. I think in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, he has Lapras. You know, he trades that for Espeon. But basically, what he does is you meet him at the top of the mountain. He doesn't say anything, and then he disappears. Now, I just said, okay, well, all you have to do is you just, beat the Elite Four again. And then after you beat the Elite Four, he comes back. Like, he just reappears. And it's like, no, like, but where does he go? Like, what happens? Did he ever beat Lance? And I was like, well, he actually, in the first 2 gens, doesn't really have much to do with Lance. At least not in the games. I guess you would have to assume he has to beat Lance in the first game in order to, become Pokemon League champion. But in the actual, like, what we see, we actually don't see that. I think in Pokemon Champions, I think it's the end of one of the later games. It's everyone that was ever a champion. So Lance is there, Blue's there, Red's there. I think Gold's there and Silver's there. You can fight people and have people fight each other, and he'd probably win against Lance. But in the manga, what happens is that you have Red and you have Blue and you have Green. They go out on adventures. They get all 8 badges and they defeat Team Rocket in a really cool way. Red teams up with Blue and they beat Koga. Now, not all gym leaders are bad in this one. Team Rocket is obviously headed by Giovanni and has, outside of Giovanni, they have Lieutenant Surge, they have Sabrina, and they have Koga. Those 4. Now, 3 are really, 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 really good. You got Brock, you got Misty, and you got Erica. But Blaine was also part of Team Rocket. Blaine also has Mewtwo. Blaine, that he helped create Mewtwo. He was the scientist, helped create Mewtwo. The Ditto theory, where like all Dittos are failed clones of Mew. All of these rocket scientists, like, all right. So in real life, mob doctors are mob doctors because they couldn't really cut it as real doctors. These rocket scientists are not real scientists. That's why they can't create Mew. They need to enlist the help of Blaine. Blaine is the big brain time, like literally killing himself for work. Puts his DNA into Mewtwo's and Mewtwo's DNA into himself. So his arm is all like, that's why he needs a big spoon to control him. But at some point, Blaine's like, Blaine's like, I'm gonna die, because at some point he won't be able to control him. So get the Master Ball to control him, whatever. But Blaine switches at one point and he becomes a good guy. So when Team Rocket has their assault on the other gym leaders, Misty in Cerulean City, Erica in Celadon City, and Brock in Pewter City, what do? They kick some freaking ass. You want to know how? Brock, what he does, he has his Gravelers, giant guys, they have 4 arms, takes their Geodude, tosses them up in the air, like way up in the air. Geodude is flying, like flying rock type. And then you know what Brock says to Geodude? Harden. They harden in the air. They're like freaking missiles. And when I read that, I was like, what? What? Did it that like my little 12-year-old brain? Like, no, they freaking didn't. They did. And epic wars go on, but we don't actually see Red fight any of the Elite Four or Lance. He wins, the Pokemon League. In the Pokemon League in the manga, you just get all 8 badges, and then, everyone that gets them, they all fight. The Elite Four their presence is felt, but they don't actually interfere with that league. You're the league champion, but you're not part of the Elite Four. What happens with that is that... Did my background just change? Anyway, what happens with that is they say, okay, we're going to pick some people that we want to battle. And they jump Red. Like Bruno and like Lorelei, they jump Red, and they like absolutely take him to the cleaners. They give him the Elite Four business. And the only one that escapes is his Pikachu. His Pikachu finds Yellow. And Yellow is this, you think it's like a little boy at first, and then it happens to be a girl. But he finds Pikachu and basically reads that, okay, and he can communicate with Pokemon that something bad happened to Red, we need to go figure it out. And then Green from the previous books, like, I'm going to help this kid out any way I can, because she's devious like that. And it turns out that, like, hey, Elite Four and Team Rocket don't have the same vision and goals in mind. And basically every child that is born in the Viridian Forest has special powers. Lance of the Elite Four was born in Viridian Forest, so he has special powers to help master dragons. Yellow can communicate with Pokemon, born of the as a child of Viridian. So basically, what they're kind of trying to say is they set up that, okay, really, Lance, Big Baddie, the only one that can beat him is a child of Viridian. So Yellow has to be able to get through all these amazing battles and build up a lot of experience, and he does it in a way that really doesn't hurt Pokemon. Professor Oak, former champion, tries to say, like, all right, let me test this kid, see what's good. And he does things with Pokemon. It's like, Red would have found a way around this whirlwind by now, like whatever. But Yellow does it in such a way where he doesn't hurt the Pokemon. They just like pass out. Like it was whirlwind, and then they did mirror moves. So there's 2 whirlwinds going around, and he doesn't hurt the Pokemon. So Professor Oak's like, I see now what he did. And basically, so in the first, Blue has to team up with Koga, and they use it to defeat Agatha of the Elite Four. And we have team ups of these guys versus the old, these guys and Team Rocket versus the Elite Four. It is so freaking cool. It is absolutely amazing to look at and to watch. And then, at the end, you have Lance and his dragons versus Yellow and Pikachu, and just Rattata, which evolves into Raticate. It's really great. It's really awesome. I love it. But Yellow's getting his ass handed to him. Yellow's just getting her shit kicked in. But then what happens? The return of Giovanni. Why? What, Giovanni? What do you have in this? And it's like, you can't help. Yeah, it's just a lowly gym leader. And he's like, but I too am a child of Viridian. And you're just like, what? Like, again, you're just like, what? And they work together and they beat Lance. It is so freaking cool. It is so exciting. I don't remember the actual point of this. I think I just, saw that. So basically, I go through all this on like this long-ass Facebook post. And I was like, and that's what happens. So we actually don't see Red defeat Lance. You can assume that he had defeated Lance in the games, even though you don't see it, because, okay, he had beaten the Elite Four, and he, beat Blue, who had also beaten Lance. So, yes, you could assume that he did beat Lance at some point, but it might not, depending on, again, if you go in the books, he doesn't. How they determine who the Pokemon League champion is, everyone who gets 8 badges, they all have this, like, tournament-style fight, and whoever wins, that's the Pokemon League champion. You don't get it by beating the Elite Four. You get it by beating those other people. So anyway, guys, that is the video for today. I have no idea what the title of this. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Oh, I love you all. Hiccups. Bye.